I think we've all talked to somebody that have said to us, look, the simple answer is try harder. I remember reading a wonderful book called U Squared many years ago by Price Pritchett, and the opening of the book tells this story of him sitting in this quiet little place an hour outside of Toronto, and he said, I'm sitting there in this room and I'm listening to the futile attempt of this little fly trying hard to get through the window pane. And if you recognize just that moment, because we've all seen it before in our lives, that the effort, the intensity, the passion, the I'm gonna make it happen over and over again, banging into that windowsill, it really is the strategy that most people attempt when, in many cases, if we really want to create a breakthrough, we've got to stop and look around and see what the other options are. You see, sometimes trying harder isn't the right approach, especially if what you're doing isn't working. Sometimes the most important thing to do is to stop, take a breather, and ask yourself, knowing what I know now, what should I do? Or just getting some input from other people and saying, hey, you've been watching me, you've been observing how I'm operating in my life and in my business. What do you see that I'm doing that's working? What do you see that I'm doing that maybe isn't working? And oftentimes when you are vulnerable enough to ask questions like that from people that absolutely love and respect you and are willing to tell you the truth, that's where oftentimes the biggest breakthroughs come from. Think about it. We've all seen that fly, and we know exactly what that fly's thinking. If I just try harder, if I just keep pushing, if I just keep trying to force this, I just might make it through the glass. But we know the fly's strategy is going to cause that little fly to die. And my friend, as we sit here right now, I would ask you to question, what are some of the things you do that you are just trying to force over and over and over, and that force really isn't getting you the results you want? You need to make a strategic change. You need to get some input. You need to stop and you need to look around and say to yourself, who else is doing something better that I can model or I can, rip off and duplicate? R&D, what can you do to create the breakthrough? Because you know what? Life is really short, not just for that fly, but for you and me. So what are you gonna do?